It's a Sumo Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about, no matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Shiko foot stomps, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So konnichiwa, everyone, and Okaidi, welcome back to my co-host Troy.
Hello.
Hello, my friend.
Sumo Show after dark.
Yeah. We have had an interesting week of sumo.
Yeah.
Show in this.
Yes, we have. We have. It's been a complicated week, but here we are.
It has, and we are here. It is day one of the Natsu Basho. Actually, while we're doing this right now, it's day 2 of the Natsu Basho.
Actively, yeah.
I think they're in the middle of the Juryo matches while we are talking right now, but doesn't matter because people are going to be watching this on replay, and everything will be over.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we are not in the future.
We are not.
Yeah.
We are in the past.
We are in the past. And kind of exciting, right? I mean, we got some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah, well, we still have, day 1 to talk about. We have the brand new Fantasy Oyakata game, which is up and running.
Our thanks to everybody throwing their hat in the ring for untold wealth, emotional wealth, and personal,
personal growth.
It's
all about personal growth.
Yeah, it really is. That's the win. That's the prize, friends.
Right.
That's the prize.
The prize is the friends we make along the way.
That's right. Very cool. And we've got, I think we've got 13 folks signed up.
We've got, there are 13 people competing. 2 of them are you and me. But yeah. So it's some regular names, some new names, and interesting tournament this is already turning out to be here on day 1. I don't know if you had a chance to see, but Friday night when you were called away unexpectedly at the very, very last minute.
That's right.
I went on and did like a 15-minute show.
Yeah.
And mainly because I thought it was important to remind people that they had less than 24 hours to get their entries in, but B, for people who were doing it to somewhere have me saying, hey, if you picked Aonishiki or Onosato, go change your choices.
Oh, yeah.
Because both of them are Kyujo. They did not enter the tournament at all.
Yeah.
That changed. It's weird. A week ago when we did our Banzuke show, we were talking about look at all the people here and then all these choices looking really stacked up. Well, the landscape has changed a lot, and by the end of this show you will see that it's changed even more.
Wow. Okay. Dramatic.
So I feel fairly certain you did not watch day 1 video.
No, I did not.
Yes. Well, certainly my plan for the tournament did not survive day 1.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, no, it's not quite that bad, but last time I picked Onosato, and he wound up going out after a few days. I have at least one person on my list who, by the time we finish today, I'll be able to tell you, oh yeah, by the way, that person is no longer in the tournament.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to stay away from the headlines. I want to experience it, fresh.
So we've this, will be a relatively short show. We're only going to go over today's
Yeah.
action and we're going to reveal what the Fantasy Oyakata um, landscape looks like here at the end of day one. So let's flip on over, and we will see that these are the pairings from day one. I have the results turned off right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will turn them on in a second, but just want to see who's fighting who's coming up here. Got Tobizadu and Roga going head to head. Tobizadu, of course, we're hoping is got his a little bit of his flying monkeyness back.
Yeah.
Mitakeumi and Tamawashi are going head to head. We're hoping Tamawashi can maybe get a Kachikoshi and not bottom out like he has been, although at age 42, I think the time may have finally caught him. Shishi and Kinbozan going head to head. That's always an interesting match.
Yeah.
Ura and Hakuno Fuji. So we've got a lot of good day one fights here. This is still in the bottom half. If we wrap up there at top with Chura Naomi and Shodai, that'll be interesting. And then we get Daisho and Oho, Yoshino Fuji and Koto Shoho. That's a big one. Atami Fuji and Ichiyama Moto. Kirishima Takanosho, which you'd think is not so interesting, but Takanosho is beaten Kirishima like 17 out of 24 times they've met.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like he really has a solid lead in their head to head.
Interesting. Okay.
Sakura and Fujinokawa, and finally Hoshoryu and Takayasu. Again, Takayasu has a really good record against Hoshoryu, head to head. Hoshoryu, you almost always beats him when it comes to, final record for the tournament, but Takayasu very often gives Hoshoryu a hard time.
Got it.
So we're going to turn on the results, and we're going to quickly scroll back down so we can see that Fuji Ryoga in his was he in the tournament? Was he in top division last time, or is this
this is his first
time in?
Yeah.
He still doesn't have a full top knot, and he this is his first match ever, and he beats Ryuden, who's come back up to the top division for the first time in a while. That was a good match.
Nice.
Tobizadu beat Roga in another very good match.
Good deal.
Tamawashi lost to Mitakeumi. I don't know. They both gave a lot, but it was a lot of like head to head pushing, just kind of standing there. Who's gonna inch the other one around?
Yeah.
Kinbozan and Shishi had another very good match. Kinbozan came out on top of that. Ura beat Hakuno Fuji, just coming out and doing straight ahead sumo, which you'd think that Hakuno Fuji would really have the advantage on, but Ura, I think he just surprises people when he does that.
Yeah.
They're all having to wait in case he does something sneaky, and he's small enough and strong enough and fast enough that he comes out, hits pretty hard, drives him back, and boom, just pushed Hakuno Fuji out. Asanoyama won his first match. Abi won his first match. Fuji Seiyun and Asakoryu, a bunch of people picked them on their lists. Bunch of people picked Asahakuryu. He did not. He lost to Abi. Gonoyama is my one. I almost picked Gonoyama for my middle grouping, and I struggle with that, and I didn't. I will regret that.
Oh no!
I predicted that. I will regret that. Daisho looked pretty strong against Oho. They both have very similar styles. Oho's a younger and bigger version than Daisho. Daisho older with a lot more experience, and that's what won on day one. Koto Shoho lost to Yoshino Fuji. Yoshino Fuji, highest rank ever, and he looked really like he He's not worried at all. Just came out.
Got it. He owned it. Yeah.
Ichi Yamamoto managed to sidestep Tommy Fuji. They got going and locked up, and then he gave him a little arm tug and stepped out of the way, and Tommy Fuji couldn't stop himself. Off the dohyo he went.
Oh.
Kirishima beat Takanosho in a kind of similar match. They went head to head. Takanosho looked like he was once again getting the better of him, and Kirishima got a little hand on his arm and slipped to the side, and next thing you know, he was helping Takanosho into the first row. And then Kotozakura lost to Fujinokawa. Kotozakura is one of those guys who, with Onosato and Aonishiki out, it seems like a really good time for him to make a run at it, have a good tournament, once again establish himself, and he did not today. I mean, it's day one. We say that all day one.
Yeah.
But he did not win, and Hoshoryu lost to Takayasu.
Oh boy.
But, and this is where the big news comes in. He lost to they kind of went head to head. Takayasu made a nice little move and had his hand on Hoshoryu's the back of his head, back of his shoulders, and was pushing him down, spinning him and pushing him down. And Hoshoryu dug in to try and to pivot back and straightened out his knee. I don't know whether his knee locked or just straightened out his leg, but it looks like they've not said what the actual injury is. Looks to me like he pulled his hamstring because he did not get up and he had to limp off the dohyo and had to get help out to Hanamichi, and went immediately to medical section, and he is Kyujo now. He's reported it.
Oh no!
Hoshoryu is out.
Well, that just screws my things up.
Mine too. So Hoshoryu is going to wind up being 0-2 for this tournament. So once again, you're going to be in the same boat I was in last time, where it doesn't matter if you picked Kotozakura or Kirishima. Those are the only two left in the champion division, right? Onosato, Hoshoryu, and Aonishiki all out. So
that's just crazy.
Unless Kotozakura and Kirishima have terrible, like they get injured or just have miserable tournaments, everyone else is going to be pulling 10 to 13 wins ahead of us in the rankings.
I
think you and I
really
and anyone else that picked Hoshoryu, and we're not the only ones, I think that we are now, as of day 2, out of the running for winning this particular Fantasy Oyakata game. But that's sumo. I mean, you never know. Someone else could get hurt. I hope they don't. Let me say it out loud. I hope that no one else gets hurt and has to go out. But who knows? It's a tough sport.
Is there a chance that he would be able to come back? I mean, I don't know how bad the injury is, and you know how we feel about this. We want people who are injured to stay out and to heal and come back when they're 100%.
I mean, it's unclear, right? You watch the video, right? He overextended his leg. He was walking very, very gingerly. Needed help going up the ramp. Who knows? I mean, if it's just a minor tug, I guess there's a chance. But why would he? Right? Because he's got to take at least 4 or 5 days off. This is the kind of thing. He's not taking less than 4 or 5 days off.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever had a hamstring pull, but just doesn't.
No.
It's not a quick turnaround usually. It's possible, but highly, highly unlikely. And then once he gets halfway through the tournament, um, I don't see what's in it for him to come back. Since uh, there's no ranking loss from staying out and everything to gain from healing up. I think that there's a very little chance that Hoshodi will come back. On the other hand, Aonishiki seems to still be saying, I don't know, maybe. But that just seems dumb. Dumb.
Yeah.
Um, Again, if he can't get in the first few days, Aonishiki's big thing is he's Kadoban, right? He's threatened with Ozeki demotion if he can't get a Kachikoshi. So he's going to have the shortest Ozeki career possible, 2 tournaments. And then he'll drop down to Sekiwake in July. So if there's a chance for him to get 8 wins, there's theoretically a reason for him to try. But if the chances are so small, and the chances of him injuring himself and making it worse in July are high,
Yeah.
it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Because if he takes his time off and he rests up, and this time being Kadoban, he had to get 8 wins to get his rank back. In July, he will have a one-time chance to get his Ozeki rank back, but he needs 10 wins. So if he's not really solid on his chances to get 8 this time, he is much better off to wait until July to get as healthy as he can be for July and try and get 10 wins then. Or just suck it up and know that he's got to do his 33 wins over 3 tournaments again and to get back to Ozeki.
Wow, what an unfortunate state of affairs.
Yes, so that is how things stand at day 1. Yeah, Kirishima and not Ichiyamamoto. It's Kirishima and Ichiyamamoto are the only 2 Sanyaku people to to win on day 1. It's terrible, and Hoshoryu's out.
Wow. Okay. Well, wow. There you go.
Quite a day 1. Quite a day 1.
Quite a day.
And there were a bunch of interesting, fun matches. I always talk about, I post the videos. You in the past have talked about Don Don's channel where he does the top 10 of the day.
Yeah.
There's the top 10 is pretty interesting. I realize that top 10 is basically the best half of the matches from the day. But he goes through them very quickly, and his videos are also very interesting in that he points out he goes to slow motion and points out the moves that are being made, things that you miss on your own. So I highly recommend going and checking out Don Don's channel. So yeah, that's what we got.
Well, everybody, I hope you had a great Sumo Show.
So if I now come over here and hit the switch button, and we can move over to looking at this here.
Fantasy Oyakata.
That's the thing. Here is a Fantasy Oyakata. All right, so best possible. 5-0, of course, day 1. If you had Kirishima, is the only champion level. Wakataka Kage and Takayasu are the only Sanyaku level. Fujinokawa, Yoshino Fuji, Ichiyamamoto, Daisho, or Gonoyama in the upper Maegashira. Churanomi, Fujiseiyun, Asakoryu, Abi, or Asanoyama in the middle. That's not a lot.
No, it's not.
Down at the bottom, Ura, Kimbozan, Kotoeho, Mitakeumi, Tobizaru, Wakanosho, or Fuji Ryoga all would get you one win and bring you up to you had if any of those are if those are your choices for someone in each category, you get 5 points. I'll tell you what, no one got 5 points.
Yeah, I don't imagine. Yeah.
All right, so let's start here. I'm going to reveal our first two at the same time because they are you and me. You got 1 point.
Nice. Gosh.
Hoshodyu, we both picked Hoshodyu. We both picked Tatami Fuji, and both of them lost. I picked Oho, and you picked Hiradomi. Both of them lost. I picked Abi, and you picked Asakoryu. Both of them won.
Okay.
And then I picked Ura, and you picked Shishi. Ura won, Shishi lost.
I'm really throwing in behind Shishi.
Then we both picked Hoshodyu, and we both picked Kirishima.
Dang it.
So you and I, our difference hangs in the Maegashira ranks. The Oho, Hiradomi, Abi, Asakoryu, Ura, Shishi. That's I think right now you and I, our competition is with each other.
Well, there you go. Well, yeah, that's all right. I mean, we'll keep neck and neck, and
all right. So let's
no one else
go here, make this easy, and we can see that this is how the things broke down.
Okay.
Overall, right? So we got a bunch of people tied with 2, couple at 3, 3 at 3, and 3 at 4.
That's impressive.
So let's I don't know. Let's do them one at a time. It's easier that way. In our 2 ranks, we've got Masutarida also there at 2. He picked also Hoshodyu and Tatami Fuji. Yoshino Fuji. Didn't put a 0 in there, but doesn't matter. We know it's a 0. We picked. Sorry, he picked Asanoyama, who's won, and Tamawashi, who lost. He also picked Hoshodyu. He picked Hoshodyu in both spots, so he's getting no extras at the end of this.
Oh, shoot.
Hoshodyu is out.
So mean.
Yeah. All right. Next up, also at 2 points. So there's no difference right now in the 2. These are just based on how early they got their ranking sheet in. All 2s are the same. The new guy, Kushana, who also picked Hoshodyu and Tatami Fuji. I see a nice grouping here. He also picked Oho. He picked Asanoyama and Wakanosho, Hoshodyu, and Tatami Fuji. So far, everyone's picked Hoshodyu to win the U show.
Wishful thinking, really. I mean, hoping that he'd reached his stride.
It seemed like this was his tournament, right? Everything was kind of lining up for him.
And in defiance of all the naysayers.
Which is why we should have bet on hamstring.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Sumo Fist. I think is another new one. I don't remember.
No, I think we have Sumo Fist sounds familiar to me.
All right, Sumo Fist picked Kotozakura, our first non-Hoshodyu,
okay,
and Koto Shoho, couple of Kotos, both of whom still lost. Then he picked Takanosho and Churanomi and Fuji Ryoga, having picked Koto Shoho and Kotozakura for his Yusho and Jun Yusho, which seemed like weird choices yesterday. And now could very well be he might be best placed to get those extra points. Jackie Skidmore, also 2 points. Jackie. And she also picked Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji. Are we seeing a yeah.
Yes.
Yoshino Fuji was upper. Good choice. Asahaku Ryu and Uda with Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji. So, I mean, Atami Fuji still has a decent chance to come in there in a Junyu show and get her an extra point. Next up, last in our two is a Cubeya. I love their burritos. Also, Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji. And Daisho. Good show. And Hakuno Fuji. And Fuji Ryoga. Another Fuji Ryoga. With Hoshoryu and Kotozakura as the choices for the U show and the Junyu show. All right. So, in our tied in second place grouping of three, we have Snow
Okay.
Breeze, who picked Kirishima, our first person with a win in champion level,
Great.
and Atami Fuji. Takanosho, and Asanoyama, and Kotoeho. So we got little Kotonosho's younger brother there. Nice choice. With the pick of Kotozakura and Hoshoryu. And then next in the three rankings, we have Marvelous. Lightning Rikishi Marvelous.
Hey, Marv.
Who
That's
picked
great.
Kirishima and not Atami Fuji, but still Koto Shoho who lost. And then Fuji no Kawa. I thought I did those. And Fuji Seiyun.
Okay.
Who won?
Really straight outside of the norm here.
And Shishi. And picked Atami Fuji and Kirishima. So there's another person who still has a possibility of getting 2 extra points out of there. I don't know how high I'd rank the choice of Atami Fuji to win, but possible. Certainly more possible than my choice.
Right.
All right. So next, finally in our 3-pointers, we got another Hoshoryu choice. This is Heihachi, who wanted their name to just be random. So random Heihachi. And Atami Fuji, Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji. That's not so good, which means the next 3 will be good. Yoshino Fuji and Fuji Seiyun, another Fuji Seiyun, and another Fuji Ryoga with Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji.
All right.
And then we've got 3 people who came in with 4 out of 5. I don't think any of them picked Hoshoryu. I don't remember, but I wouldn't think so.
Right.
Kirishima and Atami. So Atami Fuji still far and away considered the choice, although he's not running the table like he did last time, but pretty close. Kirishima, Atami Fuji, Yoshino Fuji, Fuji Seiyun. So you see Yoshino Fuji and Fuji no Seiyun. Popular picks that worked out pretty good. And Kin Bozan with Hoshoryu and Kirishima as the Yusho and Jun Yusho choices. Next up, we have Midoriyama, who I think may be a new person. I don't recognize that. Kirishima and Koto Shoho. So far, no one has any points here at the Sanyaku level. And then we got Fujinokawa and Abi and Wakanosho with Kirishima and Hoshoryu as their winner and runner-up choices. And finally here in our leaders group, we've got Tetsudashi, who
Nice, another new friend. That's a new pal.
Kirishima and Atami Fuji. So listen, Atami Fuji, we only had 3 people not pick Atami Fuji. They all picked Koto Shoho. No one picked Takayasu or Wakataka Kage.
Right.
Who are the only ones who won on day 1.
Of course they were.
Gonoyama. Oh, yeah. God, I wish I'd picked Gonoyama over Oho.
But you see some big things coming for him? I mean, you think he's going to...
Gonoyama, I really like the way he looked last tournament. And my big worry is that when he gets to the top, the same thing that happened last time is he tends to overcommit. He's a little too anxious. And if he doesn't get control, the guys who are good know how to sidestep him and make him fall on his belly. But if he just learns a little bit to hold back, or he's got it in him. He just rushes all the time. And last tournament he seemed to have mastered that. And my fear is that it was the level of his opponents and something gets in your head when you get ranked higher.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. I really wanted to go for Gonoyama, and I thought, nope. I have a gut feeling that he's just going to go belly down a lot. But I want him. Oh, it just could be it. This could be it for him. Maybe that's how I made it for him, by picking someone else.
Right. Yeah. Opening the door for
Oho. On the other hand, I found an interesting thing watching Spiffy's channel, watching the show The Dohyo. He pointed out that Oho, when he gets promoted up to Sanyaku, he does terribly. And then he does terribly for another 2 tournaments, and then he has a great tournament. Like, he showed this record of every 4 tournaments, he has a great tournament. And this is a 4th tournament for him.
Right.
So I thought, all right, that seems like playing the smart numbers as opposed to Gonoyama. My heart was never in Oho. That was a brain pick, and that my brain is not that good. Anyway, Tetsudashi had Gonoyama in the upper Maegashira, Abi in the middle Maegashira, and Kinbozan in the lower Maegashira. And he picked Kirishima and Hoshoryu. So let's just look here. All these people who picked Hoshoryu, not getting a point. Or over here either. People like Masutarida, who picked him twice, definitely not getting a point. Yeah. So we'll see. But that is how things are looking. We see here in the lower Maegashira a big wide spread. A lot of people picking different, like 2 Kinbozans, 2 Udas, 2 Shishis, 2 Fujiryokas, and 2. I mean, a lot of pairing up, but no one that got the imagination of everyone. Here in the middle Maegashira, a little different. We got a triplet of Fujiseiyun. We got triplet of Asanoyama. 3 Abis. I think you're the only Asakodyu. You're out on a limb with Asakodyu, but he won, so maybe it's a good limb to be on. Got Yoshino Fuji seems to be the strongest choice here in the upper Maegashira, or most popular. I mean, I don't know how good he'll do, but that's the one that the strongest. You okay? Were you grunting on purpose?
No, sorry. I'm trying to. I thought I had muted myself. Sorry about that. I'm trying to move something and
Oh, I can hear. I'm hearing so and this, and you're going.
I was just little sound effects for everyone to enjoy.
So do you have a good belt grip? What's going on?
Right? Yes, I do. Yes, I'm about to win.
And then we
Wow.
see a Tommy Fuji. Wow, Tommy Fuji up there, and it showed you. Woof. Yeah.
That's gonna make a mess of things.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, our Kirishimas are in the strongest position. One Kotozakura who's rolling the dice.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, coming in, this is Kotozakura's best chance. He didn't do great on day one, but we'll see. Right? He still could have a very strong rest of the fortnight, and he and Kirishima could be the two battling it out on day 15. But all of us at Picto Shoryu are getting a 0 in the win
Big
column.
goose egg. Well, them's the breaks. That's what in the game of sumo, the only constant is change.
All right. So I'll be posting each day in our Facebook group.
That's right.
A summary of how things stand in the Fantasy Oyakata game. I'll also give a snapshot of Herbert. I keep wanting to say Nato, but he's given up the name Nato. No, it's like using someone's old nickname that no one understands.
Right.
Why are you calling him Mad Dog? No one. Yeah, back home we did when he was 12 years old.
That is funny. Why is he calling him? Is it a he? Is there even a Nato? Like, is it just a collective?
No, it's a person. Nato is a person.
You've seen their face, or you've heard their voice?
No, I've heard their voice.
Okay.
So yeah. We got a day one going. We got 50-50 on the winning and losing at the end of the day. We got 2 weeks ahead. And so say come to the Facebook site, and I will be posting every day with my little notes on the thoughts at the beginning of the day before any of the action, and a graphic with the standings at the start of the day, and the standings from our Fantasy Oyakata at the start of the day. And then if you look in the comments, I will post links to videos where you can watch the day's action. That will be Kintamayama's video, which is only up for 24 hours.
Yeah, you got to get in there fast.
And then he pulls it down. But that is the quickest way to see all the matches. He will post all of the upper division matches in somewhere between 11 and 15 minutes of view time. I'll also post a link to Sumo with Herbert, the aforementioned used to be Nato.
They're really calling it Sumo with Herbert.
That's the name of his channel, Sumo with Herbert. For all I know, maybe his name really is Herbert. I don't know.
It might be. Yeah.
So yes, he does he does the gold star sumo to watch, but it almost always is half an hour or a little more. Yeah. So, which is not so long. I thoroughly enjoy that. It's a good half hour. You get all of the top division matches with great graphics, which give you information about a lot of information about the Rikishi and their stats and what they've done so far in the tournament and what they've done head to head against each other. He does great stuff. And you'll get a replay of just about every match, right? A quick slow motion replay to see what it was about, which you don't get in Kintamayama.
Yeah, you don't. He does a lot of
only the last couple each day. Only the big important matches or the exciting, very close ones that he'll put a little snippet in. That's all right? His video is, you want to know what happened? You want to see every match? Here it is. Here's every match. great. 15 minutes in, out, bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
I will also say, I've told you this before, that I during the tournaments I just kind of do a quick prediction of who's going to win each day, and I track how I do, just my numbers. I don't keep close stats, so I can't really go back and pull much information other than my average. But last tournament was really rough for me. I was very close to 50-50, and I was on the underside of 50-50 for most of the tournament. This time today, I went 15-5. I was 75% correct.
Okay.
So who knows if that'll last? Usually I have 1 or 2 days where I'm 13 correct or above. But very rare that I get 15 or more. So yeah, maybe it was just one day, or maybe I'm feeling it.
Maybe you're on it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep.
But I don't post about that. That's just for me, and I
that's your own personal win record. And but yeah, we'll kind of factor in. And I wish there was some, but we don't have any precedent to do this, and how would we even do it? But to make accommodations for people who are, but yeah, I guess that's just the way it goes. If your Rikshis out, they're out.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's happened to other people before.
Happened to me.
Yep. And I've had people come to me and ask, hey, my Rikshi's out. Can I switch? I'm like, nope, that's just how it goes. You live by that's how it goes. You die by that's how it goes.
That's right. Yeah, we keep tabs, on past winners as well, and so you folks want to check. How do they see that? We don't really share that.
In fact, if I come back to view that screen, did I switch? Yeah, okay. At the bottom here,
that's the one.
Maybe I should post that sometime. Just take a snapshot.
I think so. Yeah.
These are our all-time champ. Everyone who has either won or come in or finished second. And in case people don't know, like the tournament itself, we will have one winner, but we can have multiple people who finish second place.
Right.
So you can see here that I did really well for about a year. I got 3 wins and 3 second place finishes. Masatari is right behind me with 2 wins.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people who have 1 win and some number of second place finishes.
Second places, right. I've got 1 win and 2 second places.
Yes, you do. Solidly in third place. Until Marvelous passes you.
Marvelous. Don't you do it.
Jackie Skidmore, also, all she needs is 1.
Jackie's on it too. Yeah. She's going to be up there.
Jackie is so close. And
call it the Jackie Attacky.
Yeah. I think Jackie's got a win in her sometime, though.
I do too.
Having picked Toshoryu this time, I don't think this is her tournament.
No, I know. Shoot. I was trying to think of what was the last because did she do pretty well last?
Let me pull it up. This was a Haru Basho, and Jackie finished here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not middle of the pack. Yeah.
Jackie and Mastarida both in January. When we wound up canceling the whole thing. They had gotten their choices in early, and they did really well. Like, they wound up with their totals in the high 50s. They would have done well, and probably would have won if we'd had a tournament.
Right.
But
right.
Yeah. So I feel sorry for them about that. And we had a little private conversation about, like, we did great. I'm like, yeah, but there was no competition.
Sorry, friends. Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to announce it, but both of them were like, tell us how we did. And I was like, all right, I will add the numbers up. I'll do it. I'll tell you what your score would have been. But unfortunately, it's rather than being a look how great we did, it's like we should have won, and I can't blame them for
Right.
that, right?
No, I can't either.
But
Yeah.
that's how that goes. All right. Well,
This is going to be an interesting one, Stan.
Hmm?
This is going to be an
it is.
interesting
This
one.
is going to be an interesting tournament. Let's hope. First of all, let's hope that there are no other injuries, and
Right.
it's a good, hard-fought tournament all around.
That's right. And that the people who need to rest do the resting, and winners do the winning, and may it be all of the rest of my sumo picks that win.
Like I say, I think
Awesome.
you and I've already said my competition right now is with you.
So we we've resolved that we're outside of this. At the bottom, outside, we are fighting our own.
Now,
Our own battle.
sadly,
I
with
like
the number of people who have the same choices, like the number of people who picked Hoshoryu and Atami Fuji, truth of the matter is there's a bunch of people in that same mix with us.
Yeah,
We are
that's
all
right.
kind of scrambling at the bottom. So I don't want to get too competitive with our fine guests and followers. I'll get competitive with you though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That we can do. Yeah. All right. Well, so we are back on
next Sunday. Next Sunday, we'll be back on Nakabi, the middle day. We will be halfway through the tournament and a little bit heading into week 2. And we'll talk about how week 1 went, look at where things stand in the Fantasy Oyakata rankings, and give some predictions for how we think the second half of the tournament will go.
Should be interesting. Join us. It will be at 7 o'clock Pacific. It was Mother's Day today.
Let's not tempt fate. We'll hope to be back on our regular schedule next week.
That's right. Mother's Day, the complication that I experience on Mother's Day is that my entire family is so slow. I mean, they want to stop at every flower and talk about it, every outdoor garden, every sign, is that a new store? Was that store here last year? Well, I don't know. I mean, and then heaven forfend, you hand them a menu. It's something. I love them, and we had a really great time, but they moseyed themselves right out of the reservation that we had made, and then we had to find another restaurant. It was something. It was but we made it, and here we are, and now we're done. We'll see everybody next.
I'm looking at we've had double the usual viewers we have.
Well, maybe this is the time. Huh?
We should be going at 10 o'clock at night all the time.
All the time, yeah. I don't know. It seems a little late to me, but hey, sumo fans, let us know if that's if you want the Sumo Show to come on a little later. Then
if they had been commenting, that would be a real.
Well, it's always more fun when they just kind of ghost along and be creepy and quiet. Anyway, right. Should I get these drums and drumming?
I think that's all there is to do at the moment.
Well, nice. Here we go.
You have been listening to The Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumo-liering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Tachi-ai Troy. So until next Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific, we say. Until then, we say to you, Ja mata ne.